Welcome everyone back to another BOLDcast One Piece reaction. My name is Carson.
My name is Lindsay.
And this is One Piece episodes 68 and 69. Leave a like, subscribe, check out other videos on the channel. If you want to help us out, you could also leave a comment. That really helps us out, helps boost the algorithm, stuff like that. If you watch one video on a channel, instantly go over and leave a comment on both videos and go watch another video right after that one. That's like crazy. You could also get early on One Piece if you go to patreon.com/boldcast. That's linked in the description of this video and all of the videos on this channel. If you want an easy way to find it, that's where you can find it. It's also linked on the channel page. You can find it there. There's a lot of places you can find it, and you can go to patreon.com/boldcast and get 2 weeks ahead on uncut One Piece reactions and 1 week ahead unedited reactions, courtesy of Bob Mike Joe. Also linked in the description if you want to see his Twitter. Hope you enjoy our reaction to this One Piece episode and the other One Piece episode. Okay, let's go. Little garden.
I said that'd be so annoying. He ate it. Yeah. Yeah, you know what tastes even better? Fish, you idiot. Now you're out of bait. It's such a... Yeah. The bird. I want a little, like, drink pouch like that bird.
Yeah?
And a hat like that bird.
I wonder if this is going to be a recap episode. I hope not.
Hmm? Are we gonna see what he's up to now? I wonder if we're gonna do like a, not quite a recap, but like a...
What's going on elsewhere?
Oh, Kobe!
Yeah, like he didn't say Nakama, he said Tomodachi. Different friend. Kobe!
Poor Kobe. It's just not on the same level.
Springtime? Is he graduating?
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
What?
This is a dream. This is a dream.
Yeah.
Is this
Or
real?
not.
No way.
This is not...
Damn!
I mean, I hope for him that it's real, but I feel like it's not.
It's not. Whoa, what is this effect? All right, good shit, Luffy.
It's all his skin cells.
Yeah, I was gonna say. No, they're chore boys.
Look at those birds. Can we give you that haircut before you shave your head?
Why did you say that?
Oh, Kobe. I thought it was gonna just rain on him.
Rain on his parade.
He only has one cigar. That's how you know he's weak.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to tell you something as a friend. You need a new haircut.
Calling him out.
Very wise. He's getting all inspired.
Kobe seems already way more confident than he did in the live action.
Mm-hmm.
Like, way more.
Well, he was even when we first saw him because he was immediately like he. I think it's just that here we didn't have time to like see his arc, so they, you know.
Well, he's still just a chore boy here. Like,
yeah, that's true.
You know, he's still technically in the first phase. He's just a lot more, like, the actor for Kobe was very shaky and, like, you know, always, like, jittery, you know.
I think it suited, like, the version of the character
Yeah.
for that, though.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's just different. Who loaded the cannon? Why was it fucking loaded next to the barracks? What the hell is wrong with you guys? That's not even their fault.
That's literally not their fault. That was an accident
Packs
waiting
the
to
fucking
happen.
powder?
They didn't even like strike it. They just knocked it around. They hang out with these guys now. Hamapo's like, yes, I'll get kicked out. Kobe's like, no. Oh.
Hell yeah. That's nice. What is this?
Why didn't they, like, take the axe hand off?
I mean, it's a part of him.
I know, but we can do something about it. Oh, GARP!
Enter GARP. Like polishing the cannonballs? Just a bit. That's sad. Some character development seems like a rock bottom. Or is this gonna be it? The man! We're gonna see him in his hat, I bet.
Yeah. His ship is way more friendly looking. Is he sleeping? Why? I can see where Luffy gets it from.
He just took that fucking opportunity.
His
Really?
own son.
Your
Wow.
flesh and blood.
Did you
This chore
forget?
Wow. Wow. Never mind. This is rock bottom.
He's way worse than I thought.
Yeah. This is a new low. Fuck's sake.
What's that? Oh.
Unless... Is he doing this on purpose?
Oh, like trying to get away with his son?
Yeah.
Oh. My fellow chore boy out there.
Does he have a Wazumono blade? Like what Luffy said? Kinda. It looks like one.
But Garp is gonna be so inspired.
Yep. I like your style, kid. This makes way more sense in the live action. It's just like, oh, you tied this knot? Good shit. You're now my protege. And this is like, he's willing to sacrifice his life. I get the sort of animal thing. He's like an old hound dog.
Mm. Oh, I was just wearing my flesh coat underneath this coat. Why does it have the, like, his pattern of pants as a sail?
Who's?
Morgan's?
Morgan's?
Yeah, Morgan. He had, like, tiger print pants before, so I'm wondering why the sail of this, like, lifeboat is matching his aesthetic.
Maybe not. I gave him a little bit more benefit of the doubt.
Can someone just throw him in the water? He'll probably sink with that axe hand. Oh my god.
He's so fucking shitty.
I don't think he was this bad
Screw
before.
this guy.
Maybe you should have saved that line till you were on board. I want a donut now.
Well.
Throw him overboard.
He's giving him a chance.
Giving him a tragic backstory.
He didn't respect him at all. And then he showed some loyalty and, like, gusto. And then he was like, maybe he isn't a useless piece of shit. So now that he's gonna get strong and then face his dad in the future. What pathetic excuses you are.
That does not look pleased. Is the Navy headquarters in the Grand Line?
I suppose.
It must be.
Damn, that
great
episode was
episode.
so good. And to think at the start we were just like, oh, is it gonna be a recap episode or like kind of a what's going on? This was such a good. This is one of my
was really
favorite
good.
episodes. This is so good.
I don't know if it's one of my favorites,
was
but
one of my favorites.
I really liked it though.
I felt it went from Helmeppo and Kobe's relationship went from kind of like whatever, and Helmeppo went from like, okay, he's gonna be like the sidekick of Kobe as he like goes on this big adventure. To I actually believe that they're on the same team, and I'm excited to see Helmeppo's sort of growth alongside Kobe. I was not expecting that at all, and they really proved like themselves, I think, and I'm just so glad because I thought that like I'm just glad that I care about it because like their story being interesting is one thing, like with the way that it played out again in the live action. I know like every fucking comment this episode is probably just gonna be like, oh, this is what happens when you get spoiled by the live action. If only they didn't watch the live action, then they wouldn't know about the GARP thing. Anyway, like, you know, like I kind of joked, but I was kind of serious about like, hey kid, who tied this knot? Me, sir. Oh, you tie a good knot, kid. Follow me below deck. Have you ever been on a ship before? He's like, yes, we've spoken about this before. I literally told you that I was a slave on a pirate vessel, or whatever.
Sorry, I'll need to hear that at least 10 more times before I...
And it was just kind of like, all right, I guess. So all it took was, but this is a huge display of bravery.
Mm-hmm. And GARP just like got sliced by the axe hand Morgan, and just like didn't even notice at all. He's badass. Also, his hat is like way
crazier.
I hope that's not a real like dog's head.
Probably
like,
is.
Taxidermy.
Probably is, but that's okay.
Also, his boat looks way friendlier. Like, look, it's just a nice dog.
It looks pretty crazy.
And like, it had like that nice little house, like when you could see it from the side. In the live action, they did a lot more work to. I think the thing in the live action is they made the Marines look slightly more uniform. Because like
uniform.
Here.
Yeah.
Like I guess they just look like in the live action they made them look less like pirate ships, more like Navy ships.
Mm-hmm. This is terrible quality. This is terrible. I won't even show it. Anyway, yeah.
So because like here, like if you saw this, it's basically a pirate ship, and like we mentioned that too, that it's like the Marines are basically just pirates. It's the same thing with Baroque Works, like they're basically just pirates that just catch other pirates. But I guess I love the boats here, but I do like what the live action did of trying to make them look a little bit more industrial, or a little bit more like kind of streamlined, so that they still show each like captain's personality a bit, but kind of within the confines of the Marines, you know.
I like this design of his ship way more, just because I know I'm gonna remember it. In the live action, I didn't really even remember if he had a dog on the front of his ship, but I could tell that this is gonna be, and like you said with the house,
yeah,
you know, I feel like there's just more personality here. I like it a lot.
I guess I wasn't saying that I like that better. I guess I'm saying I see why they changed it to like make a strong like visual effect. But I really like this boat. I think it's cool, and I'm excited. I hopefully we'll see more of it. And it's crazy that Kobe's going to the Grand Line.
Yeah, damn. Let's go, Kobe. All right, let's see what happens next time. Leave a like and subscribe. Oh no, we're moving right along.
We're going to the next one.
Next one. Welcome everybody to another BOLDcast One Piece reaction. And this, we did.
It'd be 70 and 71, right? Because we did, or it would be
we did
69.
not do 69. Right. So then no intro. Good episode last time. Apparently it was also like a cover story.
That makes sense.
It makes sense. I liked it. It's kind of crazy that wasn't a part of the canon, honestly. I guess because they're not. I get it feels crazier because obviously we watched the live action first. I think that's why.
Yeah.
It feels
So
crazier.
it's like, oh, that's just. I think with the live action first, you can just see how seamlessly that plot line works into the rest of the story.
Yeah.
So it just seems like it should be.
Agreed.
But I like that they expanded on it. You know?
It's like so many things. I think just we've talked about it before, I think, but for people who are new, fucking Boruto anime canon like really messed with our heads as far as like extra stuff that's like canon to the manga, because Boruto, it's like, oh, we had this whole thing for 15 years where people were just skipping half of our production, essentially a little less than half, but almost half of our entire production over 15 years. People just skipped the episodes because they knew they weren't canon material. Hey, Kishimoto, can you just tell everyone that they're canon and make up some bullshit reason why it makes sense, and you know, we'll work it in somehow? Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody, watch these terrible episodes of anime that have nothing to do, that completely retcon everything about the main character and supporting characters and have nothing to do except for like one sentence. Okay, anyway.
That's enough of that.
But it's just that this isn't like that, and that's what I like. It's like the stuff like last episode, and I think this episode, I'm not sure, are, you know, like, you know, good.
Well, it's usually we're really on board with the less is more in terms of like extra stuff, like either backstories or just like other things that are going on, because it's like part of it is the mystery. But I think with a show like this, the extra things just fit in really well and make it seem more fun because they're not taking away
time from
what's happening. It's not like, oh, we were in the middle of this crazy fight and then just randomly we had like 20 episodes of this other thing. So it's like, you know, like just a couple episodes here and there that are like well done and funny and not and just kind of good.
Yeah.
And like a genuine side story, you know?
Yeah,
like
genuine side story is good. The problem is when they take it serious, because I can even like something like Buggy screwing around more than, you know, whatever the hell was going on in Boruto. Like, oh, you have to watch this, it adds to the world. Here's a visual jutsu that has no other place in the whole canon. Here's another village that has no other effect on anything else in the world. Not that anything does in Naruto's world. Anyway, okay, let's go. I read it. It's funny. It was like Kobe Meppo's whatever adventure with Garp's parental affection or something.
What was apples?
Daga.
Is she teaching her how to draw maps? Or, oh, she's trying to show her what it's like.
Very useful to have Vivi around. I like Vivi. I like her name.
That looks so good.
Not for you, Sop. Get out of here.
It's
just a pile of slop.
Oh, no.
No, he wouldn't make slop. Oh, no. Karoo, it's not for you.
Didn't make one for...
Oh, is she giving it to him?
For share. What is it? What
is that? The pump? Drawing water?
Like pumping it up?
Yeah, I figured it was the, what is it called? The bilge. But she asked him to draw water. It's like, it's seawater, right? So it must be for that. I love they get the morning paper when they're like supposed to be out in the wild.
They're in the Grand Line. This bird's just like, wow!
Also, where are they? Is this only the East Blue paper?
This is the world paper. The world is very connected here.
Then why is it such a mystery? Is she reading news about Alabasta?
Oh, about her.
Oh.
Oh, Kobe.
Oh, cause yeah, I guess they saw an article about Luffy, and now they're seeing the article about them.
Oh, I like that he was talking about him.
Can't read. What does it say? Is that his face of recognition? Did he not recognize him?
I mean, who knows if it's not set up yet or something.
Well, the thing is, many people have said that Jujutsu Kaisen 0? Mm-hmm. There was one of those for this, and it was with GARP and Luffy. So the idea is that this is one of the things that definitely was set up. Like, a lot of it is just kind of spur of the moment, or like one arc prior they might figure something out. But
that's really cool that there was like a draft, I guess, of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like a first draft. Oh boy, this is what it really means, boys. Get it together. Kobe Meppo gym arc.
Well, if they had been doing their job,
they were just chore boys.
Still the chore boys. They still got the buckets, but they could get some good muscles. Carrying buckets of water around. I think so. They were climbing all over the roof.
What if Kobe's just like really ropey underneath, and Meppo is fucking just a useless piece of shit because he just lets Kobe do everything?
You would have thought that hair would have protected him a bit, you know, because it looks like a helmet.
Hey, don't talk shit on helmet hair, all right? I don't want to catch any strays.
You gotta just try harder. You gotta believe in yourself more.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tatakai. Tatakaun desu. Nigeru nda yo, smoke.
Helmut was just like, no, I didn't come here prepared to die. What is this guy's deal?
He's got a Wazamono blade by the looks of it. I mentioned that earlier, but is it gonna be Vivi?
Yeah.
Look how he's in her hand. He's so big. The best track in the whole roster. Nami's theme.
Surely.
Didn't Helmeppo like kick her in the face? Is that my mouse? What the hell?
You can be a pirate when you get older and go to the Grand Line. If you really want. I love how it's like, we'll do anything. It's like, how about just do your fucking chores?
Squeezing fucking bird. Interesting how Japanese the Marines are here.
This is really beautiful. And it's also cool. I wonder if it's really on an island or if they kind of made like their own island. Because all we saw from like the outside was just all the boats.
GARP the fist. His fist was heavier than Alvida. Well, it's definitely heavier than her now.
I like those pajamas.
That quick?
You can't really leave.
Good point. Smart.
Okay. Should like attach. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be like, oh, strengthen our body. That's impossible. After he gives his whole speech about not giving up. Yeah. What are you saying?
I was like, yeah, you need to be careful because you need sleep still. Tossing his own line back at him. It's not a comparison that I thought they would make.
Yeah. I think it's showing his growth. You know, Helmeppo's growth. Who's listening? Oh, the guy was listening.
he always making that face?
You don't recognize that guy from the live action?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, I'm just making sure.
I just didn't like him there either.
Well, I wasn't sure if you were like, what's this guy's deal? Like, whoa, look at Kobe! God damn! If you're like, oh, what's this guy's deal? Like, you're wondering, or if you're like, you forgot that he existed. I mean, he's short, so it makes sense that he would gain this amount of muscle in one day.
I think they're showing that it's been more than a day.
I know. It's a meme, though, that, like, tall guys after working out for 2 years and they just look normal. Short guys after thinking about dumbbells and they're just fucking bodybuilders.
I love how they just want to catch him. They're like, he's putting us to shame, doing our job for us. We better get him.
Making us look bad. I wonder if that's true. Oh boy.
Why'd you bring them out here to like the most dramatic place?
Dramatic conversation. Hmm?
A fight?
They look badass all of a sudden.
I mean, they tried. Why does he look like the Dragon Ball kid?
Which one?
Just like his hair, the kid that kind of has that haircut. I've seen.
Like Kid Gohan?
I don't know.
Is like a mushroom cut type thing, like a bowl
Maybe.
cut. Oh,
Just
Trunks.
Yeah. Very nice.
Foreshadowing about the Roger thing.
Mm. What else?
What was that? Let me go back and read that.
It must have said something else in there. I don't know what though. I love how it's just always a thing that they talk to each other in their sleep.
Yeah. What did that say? Maicho. Okay. I wonder if that's like a future island. What'd you think of the episode?
I loved this episode. It was so nice. It was awesome to see them just get so fired up and be so inspired. And how Meppo gets like a way stronger, like determined. I guess the interesting thing, like comparing this to the live action, it's like Kobe and Helmeppo, they didn't really get to like this point exact, like it just kind of because of like where it is in the story. Like I imagine in season 2 we're maybe gonna get this kind of thing where it's like, okay, now you guys are getting trained and now they're both like more confident in what they want and like how they're gonna get it. But because just like of the timeline that hasn't happened yet, so it's just interesting to see them both be much more like, specifically Kobe just be much more like headstrong from the start, like
more active.
And he was even from the beginning, like after he met Luffy, like he instantly was inspired. And in the live action, he was also instantly inspired, but he couldn't like, he had more of the moments like in this when Kobe was like, we can't do that. We have to sleep. We can't do this. And then he's like, no, that's what the old me would say. But he's in the live action, it's like he's still like, you know, trapped in his old ways and he doesn't have the confidence yet, but he still has the drive to do what he wants. Yeah. And then also in the live action, Helmeppo is just kind of like, towards the end, he's not a total asshole, but he's not at this point yet where they're like besties and he's like inspiring Kobe, you know?
Yeah, Kobe's way more active. What was I going to say about it? Yeah, I think the biggest change not the biggest change, but the biggest change they made in the live action, and compared to the original, this is that obviously Kobe does a lot. They're doing a lot more to like prove that their determination, and Kobe was given like a lot of responsibility based on almost nothing. But the idea as presented in the live action is that Garp, you couldn't tell whether Garp was using him and his friendship to Luffy. Yeah. And like, so that's why it was kind of suspicious that he was getting that much responsibility despite his age and his station. And that was kind of the idea. It's like, he doesn't even care about you. He's using you. But it turns out it was both. Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, in here, it's, you know, Garp takes an extra special interest once he finds out about his connection to Luffy, and also his dedication of, you know, fighting him and punching him. But this does make a lot more sense in the last episode when they like did this very dramatic display of going after Morgan and trying to fight him, and Kobe throwing himself in front of the cannon and stuff. So I feel like this, like, I liked the other version because we got to see it over a long span of time, but this makes a lot more sense and also gives a very different impression of Garp's character. Like, here Garp just seems like an eccentric old man. Like they even said in this episode, like, oh, people are just,
they said it multiple times.
Yeah, it's like, that's the impression that he gives, whereas in the live action, he was like very calculated. You couldn't quite get a read on him. Sometimes he seemed like he was kind of good. Sometimes he just seemed like you just couldn't really pin him down. And just when you thought you had him figured out, then he would just do something crazy, So I don't know, but I'm liking this a lot.
I wonder, so this is like a harebrained thing that I think, based on if we're taking the live action as kind of like things from it were clearly taken from like later in the story, obviously, but Garp being there at Roger's execution like kind of refutes this. But like the whole vibe of Garp here, and like the fact that he's got the mustache, I know it's like a goatee, but like the face is shrouded the same way, he's laughing the same way. I don't know if the voice actors are the same. That's probably a big clue. If you are Japanese, this probably means nothing, and it definitely means nothing. But I wonder if, like, I was watching this for the first time way back in the day, if I'd be like, because I don't think it's true, but what you could just imagine the theory being like, what if Roger faked his death to like
is Garp,
to be like a high ranking, but not the highest ranking Marine vice admiral, and that would be kind of interesting if like he just, as part of his whole harebrained scheme, he like becomes basically the most powerful pirate, even more powerful than he was, because now he's on the side of the law. So he has all this shit on his side as well, and nobody could really tell him what to do, because like obviously he'll take off the hat eventually and his eyes won't be shrouded, and whatever, but it's just this initial presentation. It's like he's very similar to the characterization that we got of Roger, and the only difference is he has like gray hair and a hat that's obscuring his face, and a few different things. But overall, it would be pretty funny to think about, I guess, because like I said, the only thing that messes me up with that, like I might actually make that theory if we didn't watch the live action. We saw Garp there on the platform, so obviously he's not there unless the live action do some crazy fuckery with that.
I would think probably not, but I do imagine that they added that in the live action, similar to how they added more of Garp and Kobe in like throughout the story, just as like probably later on Garp is gonna be like, they're gonna make the connection with Gold Roger, but they just did it at the start so that it didn't seem like it would come out of nowhere, and like gave him more importance in the story earlier on.
And I know there's probably like when I said like most powerful pirate in the world, technically speaking by this point, but not like a big target being like at the top, I know there's probably pirates that are stronger than Garp in 1,000 episodes once things really heat up and get insane. I'm not saying the power scaling doesn't evolve, but I'm saying like I always try to get in the head of the writers, like as I'm watching or as you're going through it, because they're going week to week, story by story, arc by arc, trying to figure stuff out. So I wonder if these connections, but like that I'm seeing, are possibly just superficial, and like what he does, the kind of things he does to like older guys who he's trying to make mysterious or whatever, or if there was like that kind of idea knocking around in his head, or if not at all and I'm just crazy, or I'm just I'm basically just pointing out some similarities. I guess
it's also very interesting to me like that the Marines' head base is just in the Grand Line. I feel like it's a very interesting thing, because throughout the story, like at the start of the story, they describe whenever the Grand Line is mentioned, it's like it is so dangerous. It's basically the Wild West.
Yeah.
But then ever since we've been in the Grand Line, it's like, oh, there's this major organization with like hundreds, if not thousands of people in it. Oh, the Marines are just in here. Oh, there's like so many people. It's really interesting, and I guess from the way that in the live action, how they did all the Garp stuff like pre-Grand Line, it made it seem like the Marines will try to keep you out of the waters, but if you're in the Grand Line, they don't give a fuck because you're not interacting with normal people, or like it's just not worth it to go in. Like the fact that there's like hundreds of these Marine ships there, it's like, oh, so they're just going in and out. Like it's not even a problem.
Yeah. We were kind of told that the different seas and everything, like it's not a total. The world's not a total mystery, but the Grand Line is supposed to be like a really dangerous, scary place. But yeah, it is kind of interesting that the more we learn, the more we get into it, the less sort of like, oh, the Grand Line. Like every time it was like oh, the Grand Line, you guys,
and we almost died, so we left. Or like we went in there, got completely fucked up 2 seconds later, and then we had to leave.
I think that just comes down to hyping it up. Like,
I also think that it's, knowing
that doesn't. By the way, everyone always mischaracterizes it, like dumbs down what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're gonna be safe the whole time and nothing bad's gonna happen, or that there's nobody powerful out here. It's just like fucking Don Krieg approached the Grand Line and got fucking destroyed by Mihawk, and it Zeph, oh, I barely made it out of the Grand Line alive. It was crazy.
But we've just been chilling.
And we're only a little bit into it in the first couple islands, but still.
They made it sound like as soon as you go in there, you're done.
Yeah.
You're absolutely done. And I think part of it is going to be like, they just realized maybe the story.
I don't think it's a realize. I think it's just they were hyping it up, and now we're in it because the story needs to go on.
What I'm saying is like it's gonna get more intense as you like go through the Grand Line. But I think it was like like this hype. But then it's like, okay, well if we do like the most absolutely crazy shit from day one, like you can't. It's like a power scaling thing.
Exactly.
Like, you have to power scale the Grand Line. You have to allow the Grand Line to get crazier. If you enter the Grand Line and it was as crazy as they were making it out to be, then like, where can the story go from that? You know what I mean? It would be like you go from Naruto to like the war arc of Shippuden.
Where I would
instantly.
go with the story is like hype up the Grand Line as much as possible, and then have more preparation in the East Blue, or like have it be more of a be more prepared. But what Oda is also doing is Oda also show like how we talked about nerfing the main crew.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody got nerfed so hard in every fight because to show that like they can deal with big threats not at their full power. So that when we get to this level up of power, they can kind of handle it if they work together. They're not Mihawk level where he can just like go willy-nilly wherever the hell he wants, no problem at all. But as a group, they can go through all of this where other pirates have failed. But yeah, it is kind of weird a little bit how it was hyped up so much. And again, I just feel weird. I feel like I have to stop myself every time I say something these days. I'm not saying that the Grand Line is not going to have crazy adventures and crazy villains and crazy enemies and powers and all this shit. We're just saying, like, it was hyped up like it was a literal minefield full of snakes and fucking demons and, like, insane shit. Like it was hyped up like it was literally you were going to hellfire. Like, you would have to pass through a lava pit to get there. And
no,
we're just
not that you
sailing.
have to pass through a lava pit.
It is a lava
pit.
pit.
It is the lava
yes,
pit.
in the Grand Line,
the
water
ocean
turns
is
to
lava,
yeah.
And you're in the ocean.
Yeah, they were hyping it up like insane. And I'm sure even us saying that, people will just be like, "Oh, well, no, they weren't. No, they weren't."
It's like
I've seen
were,
the next 600
sorry.
episodes where we're in the Grand Line or whatever, and no, I can tell you that they never hyped it up like that. We just, I don't know. Anyway, you can't please anybody. Everybody's gonna criticize what we say, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah, I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm just saying that it's a lot.
You can kind of
different.
see the point.
Yeah.
You can see what Oda's doing is what we're saying. Like, the point of hyping it up that much and introducing all of that was to build the hype to when you get to the Grand Line, so that it's a big moment, it's a big level up, and you're kind of like worried about what's gonna happen afterwards. It's just funny that like the first people we run into once we get to the Grand Line are a bunch of fucking morons. Like, the first people,
yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, those were
Literal
the morons.
clowns.
Those were just the morons living in this town, the people that they killed. They were just bad people, and they were morons. These two people that come in, they're the real badasses. Oh wait, no, they're also just fucking morons. And then, oh no, we're gonna get to Alabasta, or this next island, and then we're gonna meet some crazy people, but they're also gonna be surrounded by morons. It's just kind of like, I'm not thinking about it too hard, but if I were taking all of this super duper seriously, I would be annoyed by these things. Mm-hmm. I'm noticing these things, and we're both kind of noticing that they're doing that and moving on. If we were like being really, really nitpicky, then yeah, we'd be like, oh yeah, why'd they hype it up that much if they didn't do anything with it? Mm-hmm. But we're just taking it as it comes and pointing out that like, It seems like it was a bit overhyped at this point in the story, and it's not like an instant. You enter the Grand Line, you instantly get swarmed. Like, I thought this whole sea, like, the way that they described the Grand Line, I thought that there was going to be a Sea King every 5 feet. There was going to be, like, there was going to be a Don Krieg level pirate ship or higher, like, Arlong pirates. Around every corner.
It was like, gonna be like, like, they have the thing where the weather changes up, but I just imagined it in, like, a perpetual storm. Like, you never see the sun in the Grand Line.
But they're like drinking tea, they're eating tarts, they're fucking, they're sleeping.
They're chilling.
They're all sleeping at once on the ocean. No watch.
Are.
I mean, maybe Usopp was up there. No, they were all sleeping in the
they were
hammocks.
all sleeping.
This is also a cover story.
Yeah.
But anyway.
People are there. There's, like, children there. The Marines are going in and out.
And we're not criticizing it for that. We would be if we knew that if we were taking it ultra serious and didn't understand that this is silly and fun and it's an adventure.
And it's about the journey.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, it's just funny to like point out that it's like, this is where it gets started. Just kidding. We passed like the prologue. Now we're in like the prologue. We're in like chapter 1 of the Grand Line. Mm-hmm. It gets good. Or not it gets good. I like it now. It gets intense later on. Yeah. But actually, I was just thinking this, it'd be funny. It's like, oh, actually they would have run into all of that shit that we were talking about, but they just chose like the easy route. Like how there's all the different things. It's
by
like,
pure chance, they went to
chance.
this route through the Grand Line. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, let's move on to the next one. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next One Piece reaction. Check out Patreon. Bye-bye.